Coming up on 13 on your side at 10, a major announcement to expand access to the COVID-19 vaccine.
Disneyland in California is finally reopened. I'm Chris Martinez with how the park plans to keep crowds safe.
And a decision has been made on the ex-Yuma Marine who was found guilty for the murder of his 18-month-old stepdaughter.
You're watching KSWT 13 on your side.
Good evening and thank you so much for choosing to be with us. I'm Scott Gross. Today, Jared Cardwell, the ex-Yuma Marine found guilty of murdering his 18-month-old stepdaughter, heard the judge's decision that would forever alter the rest of his life. After a 6-month trial, Cardwell was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Judge Kinsey also telling Cardwell he has 20 days to appeal the decision, but for now, he's being transferred to the Arizona Department of Corrections to carry out his sentence.
If this case does not warrant a life imprisonment with the findings of the jury, then I don't think that there is any case that does.
The little girl's family held an intimate gathering at the cemetery where her loved ones released balloons into the sky. Her grandmother is saying it's a way to celebrate her granddaughter, who is now free to soar like the angel she is. And that brings us to our question of the day today. Do you think Jared Cardwell got a fair sentence? 83% of you said yes, while 17% said no. Thank you to all who participated. One police officer is dead and another is in critical condition after a suspect hit them with a stolen vehicle. It started with a pursuit in Pinal County, which is south of Phoenix and north of Tucson. Police say the suspect fired shots at a deputy who was in pursuit, then crashed through a gate going to an airport. Multiple agencies joined the chase, which proceeded to a Ford dealership. There, the suspect exited his vehicle and jumped into a vehicle from the lot. That's when he struck 50-year-old Chandler Police Canine Officer Christopher Farrar with the stolen vehicle, eventually killing him. The unidentified Gilbert police officer was also struck and injured. The suspect was injured and taken into custody after other officers opened fire on him. Multiple county, city, and state law enforcement agencies are investigating the incident. A major announcement to expand access to the COVID-19 vaccine. Starting next week, doctors' offices and vaccination providers can order doses directly from the CDC. 13 on your side's Cody Lee has more.
Good evening. This comes as the state topped 5 million doses administered statewide, more than 140,000 in Yuma County. And that's about 36% of the population. Now, providers will have to be registered with the Arizona Department of Health Services. As of today, there are 45 eligible providers in Yuma County who have completed the onboarding process. That's out of the nearly 1,200 neighborhood providers currently registered across Arizona.
Mostly our urgent cares, our clinics, our large healthcare systems like the hospital and Sunset and those places that onboarded really on because again, they have multiple clinics. But we've also had providers, but this is an opportunity for all providers to be able to do it. The sooner you do it, the sooner you go through the process. You will have the opportunity to dialogue with your healthcare provider because you'll be able to get it maybe during a regular visit or scheduled. For a lot of times when we give that guidance of have that conversation with their healthcare provider, it's because a person has maybe a concern or maybe they're hesitant because maybe they have an underlying condition that those of us in the clinic may not know about, but your healthcare provider would definitely know about.
During the first week, more than 100,000 Moderna doses are expected to be available for ordering. The Moderna vaccine works well in this setting due to its storage requirements. As we see a decrease in inoculations, is this happening all too late? Dr. Kara Christ answers that question.
So CDC just recently allowed states to make the decision on whether they wanted to do that or not. And so we've been working with our county health departments who also agreed that we should go ahead and open up ordering. So it was a combination of steps, but we're excited that providers are going to be able to do that now.
Now, not all healthcare providers will be eligible to order the COVID-19 vaccine at this time. However, the Yuma County Public Health Director recommends all family medicine offices register to begin the process. Reporting in Yuma, I'm Cody Lee for 13 on your side.
The Arizona Department of Health Services recently announced that no appointment is necessary for state-run vaccination sites. However, the Yuma Regional Medical Center is ahead of the game. The Civic Center COVID-19 vaccination site has been taking walk-ins since March 29th.
If you have any issues accessing technology, or if you just don't want to have to go through the process of calling on the phone and scheduling an appointment, you can just walk in and we'll help you here during our normal hours of operation.
This particular site offers the Pfizer vaccine, and it's available to anyone 16 years of age or older. COVID numbers now throughout the viewing area. New cases in Arizona are up to 844. Yuma County saw 7 new cases. There were 19 new deaths in the state of Arizona. In California, 1,897 new cases, 105 new deaths. And Imperial County saw 15 new cases and 1 new death. Coronavirus cases are surging again in the Pacific Northwest. Washington and Oregon are in what's being called a 4th wave, fueled by COVID-19 variants. In California, Disneyland is reopening after being closed for more than a year. Chris Martinez reports from Anaheim.
Variants of COVID-19 are behind a new uptick in cases in Washington and Oregon.
We have effectively a new threat, a more powerful and dangerous threat. This is not your grandmother's COVID.
Washington's governor has ordered many businesses and churches to reduce indoor capacity. Oregon's governor has extended a state of emergency, banning all indoor restaurant dining.
The governor has a tough job, and I don't begrudge that, but it's a little frustrating.
In the Pacific Northwest and in much of the country, vaccine doses outweigh demand. But Friday, the White House COVID-19 response team announced 55% of adult Americans have received at least 1 vaccine dose, and more than 100 million are fully vaccinated. Health officials are working with social media sites to reach the unvaccinated.
We still have way too much disinformation spreading on those sites, and it presents a clear and present danger, I believe, to people who need to be protected from COVID.
Here in California, Disneyland closed its mass vaccination center and is now reopened as a theme park, 13 months after it closed. Only state residents are allowed, reservations are required, and attendance is capped at 25%. Guests must wear masks and maintain distancing while waiting in line and on rides. There won't be any parades, fireworks, or hugs from Disney characters, but visitors say they don't mind.
Everyone's just had a tough year, and we just need the magic just back in our lives, and this is it.
In a dramatic turnaround, California now boasts the lowest rate of COVID infections nationwide. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Anaheim, California.
It was a hot one today. We reached over 100 degrees throughout the desert Southwest. Currently, we're at 82 degrees under clear skies. There's a look outside on the RV World Sky Cam. Yeah, that's a look at downtown Yuma, right on 4th Avenue. Now, coming up in your first alert forecast, we are going to get more. Well, some like it hot, some like it not, is what I'm trying to say. If you do like it hot, I got some more good news for you. It's going to happen again tomorrow. Yeah, triple digits are again on the way. It will remain sunny and breezy, but we also have a slight cool down on the way. More on this straight ahead in your first alert forecast. The Department of Homeland Security announced today it is canceling all contracts for wall construction on the U.S.-Mexico border. The money for those contracts was originally intended for military missions and functions. Now, one of President Biden's first actions as president was to put a pause on wall construction and review all projects and funds. And while that's happening, the administration is kicking back the funds to the Pentagon so they can be used for their original purpose. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, more than 340 miles have been built in multiple locations along the border using Pentagon funds. Migrant shelters in Mexicali are starting to fill up as more families and children wait to cross the U.S.-Mexico border. That's the case for Cobina Shelter. The director says they're currently housing more than 300 migrants. Most of them are families made up of women and children.
All the migrants who could not enter the United States, who are in different parts of Mexico, are coming to Mexicali and Sonora, and they are crossing these borders, but many are being deported. Not all who cross stay in the USA.
The increase in illegal crossings has been beneficial for human smugglers who deceive these migrants into believing that it's easy to enter the U.S. and that they're guaranteed asylum. The director says Mexico should have more security forces present along the border. The Yuma Sector Border Patrol recently made another drug bust and in the process also found a loaded gun. It happened on Wednesday. Agents found meth, marijuana, and a loaded handgun in a Chevrolet Malibu at the immigration checkpoint on Highway 95 following a canine alert. Agents found nearly half a pound of marijuana, the gun, and meth in the driver's pocket. The driver, a 38-year-old female from Colorado, and the passenger, a 41-year-old man from California, were arrested at the scene. Although marijuana was recently legalized in the state of Arizona, it is still federally illegal and taken when found at federal immigration checkpoints. For all the latest updates in the desert Southwest on coronavirus coverage, vaccine clinics, weather, and sports, plus more, download our free KYMA app today. The next time you fail to move over when there's sirens or flashing lights, it could put a dent in your bank account. Arizona Governor Doug Ducey just agreed to stiffer penalties to the state's move over law. Each year, more than 700 workers are injured or killed by distracted drivers across the country. This, according to the Center for Disease Control. Fenmore law firm attorney Mark Lambert tells us why these stricter laws are needed.
What's happening, our drivers are not paying attention and they're actually hitting these folks. So oftentimes they're law enforcement officers, oftentimes they're tow truck operators who are parked on the side of the road to help someone, and they themselves are getting injured or worse because someone driving down the roadway isn't paying attention.
Of those injured in the past decade, 126 were members of law enforcement. If cited for failing to move over, it could cost you between $275 and $1,000. Straight ahead, find out why a women's motorcycle group is taking a special ride to San Diego. And a new business in Yuma is offering a helping hand to give others a leg up. 13 on your side. We'll be right back.
Imperial Valley Honda has been under new ownership for 3 years, and we've grown so fast. 4 out of every 10 vehicles in Imperial Valley are purchased here. Find out why more people in Imperial Valley have experienced the difference and have realized we treat you with the respect and fairness you deserve. We are outperforming many of our dealer peers in San Diego and Los Angeles. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley Honda, where great people, great service, and great prices will make the difference for you.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the movement you need to feel better can be a challenge. Now you can keep fit while you sit with QB, the world's leading compact seated elliptical. QB gives you active sitting, letting you burn calories and keep moving in an easy and low-impact way, all while you work, read, or watch TV. QB was named a top 10 gift by Time Magazine and has been featured all over the world. It's whisper quiet while it works your abs and core, hip flexors, glutes, quads, hamstrings, and calves.
QB is a lifesaver for me.
Here's your answer to your problem. I feel young again.
Join the hundreds of thousands of people moving more with QB. Call to find out how to get your QB with free shipping and a 30-day completely risk-free trial. You'll also get this QB workout mat free. Now keep fit while you sit with QB.
To order, call 800-493-3170. That's 800-493-3170. Call now.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future. At DonorsChoose.org, we want students in every community to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, students and teachers need your help. Every year, most public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money on student supplies. Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion. We can do better. Here's how. Go to DonorsChoose.org, find a request to support, and we'll make sure they get exactly what they need. Choose from books to computers, from art supplies to robotics kits. There are microscopes, musical instruments, and so much more. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers, and a report of how every dollar was spent. To learn more and find a teacher's request in your community, visit DonorsChoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
This segment sponsored in part by Nationwide Vision, serving Arizona for 35 years.
You're watching KSWT 13 on your side.
Welcome back. This week is the National Week of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and People. A women's motorcycle group called the Medicine Wheel Ride is taking a journey west to San Diego to awareness for those whose voices often go unheard. The group made a stop in Yuma this morning, receiving a blessing from the local Quechan tribe, followed by a ceremony honoring the family and tribe members they've lost along the way. Their message is simple, but it's one that all too often goes unheard.
The overall message of this ride is to bring awareness to the crisis that every 3 days an Indigenous woman goes missing.
There's nothing that can take away our strength, our heritage, or our purpose.
The women whose lives were ended were daughters. They were mothers. They were wives. They were girlfriends. They were aunts, sisters, and even grandmothers.
According to the organization, 84% of Indigenous women have experienced violence in their lifetime at a rate of 4 to 10 times the national rate. To learn more about the Medicine Wheel Ride and how you can help, head on over to our website at kyma.com. A new business in Yuma is offering a helping hand to help other small businesses give an opportunity to flourish. Now, last night, the Concept Shop opened its doors as a consignment shop on South Avenue B in Yuma. It's a retail store that accepts items from other local businesses and sells them for a percentage of the proceeds. The Concept Shop includes items like clothes and jewelry to different healthy gluten-free food. It's an opportunity for small businesses in Yuma to work together and help each other get back on their feet.
I had this idea to put all the businesses together and become one, and we are helping each other to grow. I know what it is to go through the pandemic, having a small business. I love helping other small businesses. I shop local, and this is a big deal for me. We're bringing everybody together and be one.
It's great because it gives small business the opportunity to be a bigger business when they come together. So maybe on their own they don't stand as strong, but together in a community like a co-op like this, I think the chances are endless. The opportunities are endless.
De La Torre says this will create new employment opportunities as well in Yuma, with the goal to open several more of these shops. You can find the Concept Shop at 2910 South Avenue B. It was another scorcher today. Will we have another one tomorrow? What does our weekend look like? All of these questions answered straight ahead in your First Alert forecast.
Dear road rivals, sorry we had to leave you in the dust, but we have to keep up with being named Best Overall Truck Brand. It's nothing personal. Catch us later. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, get $1,000 cash back on a new 2021 Tacoma or lease Tacoma for just $199 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to Dennis Melvin's house. It's time for the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course. Sticking to healthy habits in this kitchen is going to take focus and determination.
He's already entered the snack part of the course, and he's eyeballing a jar of chocolatey candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
He's reaching, Bill, but he pushes it away.
Great stiff arm.
He's approaching a plate of delicious-looking iced cookies.
Oh, Dennis, you only want one of those.
He blows right by him for the apple.
The fridge, it's make or break time, JB.
He stares down some rich-looking treats. Uh-oh, looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle, and shuts the door with his elbow.
I gotta see that again.
Great move.
Now he's just gotta get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis.
Bill, he somehow keeps moving.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Working the field takes determination.
It's really nice, when you have a family that's been in this business for 3 or 4 or 5 generations, you can tell. I mean, they really they're taught more at home, basically.
The desert Southwest relies so much on efficient agriculture.
Someone comes in new and it sounds good, feels good. It's tough work and it's not for everybody.
Farmers are finding it harder and harder to find good employees. Will tech take over, or will more hands be brought in from south of the border? Watch now on KYMA.com.
They repress their emotions like they never talk about it, and that could be very damaging with the passing of time.
So much loss within so little time. Thousands grieving friends and family this year.
But also financial losses, and people losing homes, their vehicles, their way of life, and things like that.
The stages of grief and techniques for handling the loss of important people in your life. Grappling Grief, Wednesday at 6 p.m., only on 13 on Your Side.
A very good Friday evening to all of you across the Desert Southwest. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your evening tonight. We did reach triple digits today. We were at 101 in Yuma, 104 in El Centro this afternoon under sunny and clear skies. Now, Robert Johnson reached out to me. He said, Scott, if you think 101's hot, just wait until we hit about 114. Robert, thank you for the message. And I can't wait to see what 114 feels like. Right now we're at 84 degrees under clear skies. Let's have a look outside at the RV World Skycam. There's a view of downtown Yuma. There's 4th Avenue here in downtown. Clear skies out there, still warm, still toasty, and we'll stay that way for a little while. Let's take a look now at the satellite and radar. We're zoomed into our area tonight. Still clear. We do see some vague clouds, and they may come around midnight or early on tomorrow morning. Now, as we jump ahead to our futurecast, this is why we're warm. We have a high pressure system here off on the East Pacific, above average temps all throughout the west, and we'll experience anywhere between 10 to 20 degrees above normal. Our normal temp for this time of year is around 90 degrees. So when we hit 104 today in El Centro, that was 14 degrees higher than our normal for this time of year. Take a look at our wind predictor here. I'll get out of the way. It is breezy as we get into tomorrow morning. It'll start to pick up as we get into the afternoon. There you can see western Imperial County really getting gusty. Ocotillo around 50 miles per hour at times. So we will keep our eye on that. Again, that will be gusting around this time tomorrow evening. Let's take a look at some of the temperatures around the area right now. Ocotillo still at 90 degrees. Salton City at 92. El Centro off the charts. We don't have a reading there. We'll have to take a look at that one. But we have various temperatures throughout the viewing area right now. And as we take a look at the Arizona side of things, still at 80. Yuma 88. We got Somerton 85. YPG checking in currently at 90 degrees right now. Now, let's take a look at your MetroCast to help you plan the rest of your evening and to tomorrow. We start the weekend, so you got to know what's going to happen. Tonight, around midnight, maybe 76. Those clouds will start to come in as you wake up tomorrow morning. 6 a.m., some clouds still lingering around, will be at 68 degrees. And as you get on through your day tomorrow, partly cloudy skies and 95. Here now is your 7-day forecast. Take a look at what we have here tomorrow. Triple digits again, breezy, clouds move in. We'll cool down on Sunday, but the sunshine will stick with us all through the rest of the week. We'll be in the mid-90s before we get back to those triple digits midway through next week. Same can be said for the valley. 102 tomorrow, windy as you saw, gusty on Sunday. We'll cool down to 92. We gradually will warm up as we get back into the middle of the week.
I want to get a Super Bowl ring. I want to do it for these fans. These fans are great here. Bring back the Red Sea, a huge ring.
The Arizona Cardinals' top pick shares some big plans during today's introductory press conference. Find out who his game compares to just ahead in sports.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 100 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Introducing the Cool Turtle, the ultra-comfortable mask enhancer that creates a protective, cool, and breathable space between your mask and your face. Simply slide under any mask or gaiter and immediately feel the refreshing pocket of air surrounding your face. Cool Turtle's ergonomically designed, soft, comfortable shell immediately reduces mask friction, allowing you to breathe and talk in a comfortable environment.
I can actually breathe. With the Cool Turtle, no more sweating.
It's like I don't even have a mask on.
Call now and get not one, not two, but 3 Cool Turtles for just $10. Order now and we'll send you 2 more Cool Turtles free. No fees, absolutely free. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of 4-ply face masks. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the real Cool Turtle now.
Call 1-800-270-1219. That's 1-800-270-1219. Or visit getcoolturtle.com. Order now.
NPG of Yuma El Central has an immediate opening for a technical director. We're looking for a candidate to direct newscasts, do live cut-ins, and pre-produce news segments. Applicants must have at least 2 years' experience as a director, technical director in television news production, a working knowledge of video, audio, and graphics production systems and techniques, a working knowledge of studio lighting systems, and outstanding verbal communication skills. Please go to kyme.com, click About, the Jobs Internship section, and KECY job postings to apply for this position.
The NFL Draft kicked off last night in Cleveland, and with the 16th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals selected Tulsa linebacker Zaven Collins. For the second year in a row, the Cardinals select a linebacker in the first round of the NFL Draft. The selection wasn't a popular one with most Cardinals fans. Collins is the first player from the University of Tulsa to be selected in the first round since 1977. The Cardinals are saying that the 6'5", 260-pound Collins will line up inside right next to last year's first-rounder Isaiah Simmons at linebacker. Collins was introduced today and asked who he sees himself compared to.
I know a lot of compositions for me, people say, are someone like Jamie Collins, Brian Urlacher, because I'm a bigger body guy. So those two probably.
Anywhere close to Urlacher would be a win for the Cardinals. In college softball, the Arizona Western Lady Matadors swept a doubleheader today at Eastern Arizona. It's the 4th straight road win in 2 days for the Matadors. The Lady Mats have one more road contest, traveling to Prescott on Tuesday to take on Division I leading Havapais. Arizona Western will return home on Saturday, May 8th to play Pima in a doubleheader in Yuma to close out the regular season. Let's go now to prep softball as Montserrat Villa and San Luis take on Sabrina Tumbaga and Kofa. Let's go to the top of the third. Sidewinders up 2 as Michelle Moonhardine hits a deep fly to right. Kofa's Sasha Tumbaga races to the warning track to make the running catch for the out. 2 batters later, Maritza Celaya slices this Tumbaga offering up second base pipe, getting herself a 2-out single. But Sabrina Tumbaga forces Daisy Juarez to another deep fly to right. This time, Sasha Tumbaga doesn't have to put up much effort to catch this. She makes the play to end the top of the half. Bottom third, Villa gets Caitlin Pisano to swing at a high fastball for the strikeout. Villa beginning to find her groove. Kofa would rally in this one and remain tight to the very end, but the Lady Kings would prevail 8-6. Let's now go to baseball. Sidewinders of San Luis playing a visit to Dean Stout Ballpark, taking on the Kofa Kings. Top of the third we go. San Luis already up by 7, and Miguel Zepeda delivers a deep drive to center that finds open space as Damian Garcia scores from third. Sidewinders padding their lead early. Kofa still in a jam, but Angel Fragoso forces Martin Miranda to pop up in foul territory to Sebastian Villegas to end the top half. Now, can the Kings get their bats going for a potential rally? San Luis hurler Eduardo Villarreal gets this Cofa batter to fly out to first as Damian Garcia makes the grab for the out. With 2 out, Adriana Montenegro belts a base hit into right, trying to create a spark for the Crimson and White. San Luis, however, dominates from start to finish, taking the 15-0 win. Actually, it says 10-1 there. And a few quick notes to pass along. The Arizona Cardinals in the second round of the draft tonight selected wide receiver Rondale Moore. He's a speedster from Purdue. They did not have a third-round pick. The draft concludes tomorrow with rounds 4 through 7. And a reminder, the 147th running of the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow. Also, the Suns beat the Jazz 121-100 and currently move into the top spot in the West. The D-backs get by the Rockies 7-2. The Dodgers fall to Milwaukee 3-1, and the Padres were leading the Giants 3-1. That's all we have for sports. We'll be right back.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda HR-V. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.
Singing Dale, yeah, Crispy's gone country, and I'm sure getting hungry. I want a taco with chicken that's crispy, barbecue sauce. Del Taco gets me only $1 for some barbecue with the Del Taco drive-thru. Del, yeah, it's sweet and smoky with honey and chipotle. Roll into Del Taco for a honey chipotle barbecue crispy chicken taco. Only $1, only a Del Taco. Del, yeah.
Face coverings are hot and make it hard to breathe, and a mask doesn't protect your eyes. But face shields may provide a better option, as suggested by some health experts. Introducing FreshView, the lightweight, transparent face shield that can help protect your eyes, nose, and mouth from airborne hazards. It features a soft, breathable foam with an adjustable headband that fits any size head. The wraparound shape easily fits over glasses with a convenient anti-fog design. Now get full facial coverage so large droplets won't directly hit your face. For added protection, use it with a mask. Disposable masks could add up to hundreds of dollars a year, but FreshView is reusable. Simply wash and use again, saving money. Get FreshView for just $9.99 each. But order right now and get special pricing for as low as $4.99 each, and we'll even ship it to you free. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call now.
Call 1-800-755-3207. That's 1-800-755-3207. Or visit getfreshview.com. Order now.
I knew one day my watch would end. I just didn't know it would be that day. After all, we are peace officers, the guardians. Duty calls, we respond. But that day, my ready response suddenly became my final call. I am not the last, I am the latest.
Thank you for your bravery and years of service. You will not be forgotten. End of watch.
Before we go tonight, the Naval Air Facility in El Centro celebrated its 75th anniversary. Officers, both current and former, gathered to honor the airfield. Captain William Perkins talks about one of his favorite elements of this field, and it may surprise you.
In all seriousness, it's truly the weather that makes this base special. For more than 350 days a year, there is absolutely perfect flying weather. And this has resulted in a desirable training location for more than 7 decades and still going strong.
The facility is also known for the history it holds, including visits from former Presidents Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump. For many service members, transitioning out of military life can be difficult, but one trade school may just have the answer. The Perfect Technician Academy in Weatherford, Texas is looking for a few good men and women. The school offers a 6-week course that will train and certify students in the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning industry. For many veterans, the cost of the course may be covered by the GI Bill, but for others, the investment will be well worth it. Dr. Thomas Moorman tells us why the vets are the ideal workers for this kind of trade.
Talking to these guys who say work on a Patriot missile system, have a lot of technical skills, don't know what they're going to do, never wanted to go to college, don't want to go to college now, they're leaving the military, and the trade school is really a great fit for them because they have a lot of technical skills. And I guarantee you, if you can fix a Patriot missile system, you can fix the home air conditioning heating system.
According to the latest numbers from the Department of Labor, an HVAC technician can make roughly $48,000 a year. Before we go, let's take one real quick look at your 7-day forecast as we'll take a look at what we have tomorrow. 101, Sunday, breezy and 94. We'll be in the mid-90s to start the work week, and then we'll warm up Wednesday to 98, and there come those triple digits once again. 100 degrees on Thursday, 101 on Friday. That'll do it for us tonight on 13 on Your Side. I'm Scott Grouse. Thank you so much for watching. Coming up next is Stephen Colbert.